Hello, good morning, and welcome to Mayday Roleplay. We are here to continue our story of Heroes of the Doom, a Anthorian Western using the Inevitable system. And as always, Sergio, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Inevitable?
Oh, you know I will, Eli. I just have to pull up my paper. Here we go. So, y'all, this and every episode of Heroes of the Doom is sponsored by none other than Soul Muppet Publishing. Can I get a round of applause for our partners at Soul Muppet Publishing?
Ooh.
They are so good at bottling the strange, shaking it up, and pouring it into tall glasses of the best damn TTRPGs you will ever regret not playing sooner. You catch that? Now, what delicious game cocktails are they known for, you ask? Well, pull up to the bar and I'll share the menu with you. You've got the old-fashioned Inevitable, served smoky, bitter, and doomed. One sip and you're in a tragic Arthurian western where the garnish is destiny. Then you got the Orbital Blues Sour, a rock and roll space noir shaken with equal parts heartbreak and whiskey. Best enjoyed under neon lights while pretending that you don't care. Then there's Paint the Town Red Sangria, a decadent mix of vintage spirits and regret, garnished with a twist of existential dread. Fruity on the surface, but every sip reminds you that you're dead inside. Finally, there's the Mad as Hell Flight, a triple burn of anti-capitalist demon-hunting energy. Take it fast, flip the table, and rage against the machine with lime on the rim. So, whether you are toasting epic myth, drowning your sorrows in cosmic burnout, or setting the bar on fire, Soul Muppet Publishing has your poison of choice. Explore their full menu at soulmuppet.co.uk or wherever you get your games. That is soulmuppet.co.uk. Eli, back to you.
Thank you. Next off, we would love to thank our operator level Patreon contributors. Their involvement here at Mayday allows us to continue to tell stories for your viewing pleasure. So thank you so much to Advance Wars Sammy, Bimble Ward, Brandon C., Brian P., Cameron S., Kai H., Kaylee H., Matthew J., Ren E., Tony D., and Vince K. If you would like to contribute to all that is Mayday, be sure to follow us on Patreon. You'll get access to our wonderful Discord community, ad-free viewings of our streamable content, campaign diaries, on-server games and campaigns, and so much more. If this is your first time here at Mayday, welcome in, but be sure to check out our extensive catalog of completed seasons and shows, like our Doom to Repeat series that is on its fourth and final season, or Vegas by Night, as we wrapped up season 2 earlier in the spring. You can subscribe to us on YouTube for our VODs or anywhere where you get your podcast for audio-friendly recordings. And as always, follow us on all major social media platforms or our website for updates on future content and other news. Inevitable is a game about tragedy and failure in a world that can be unfair and unkind. And this actual play is intended for mature audiences, so please be advised that there may be violent themes, adult language, and the exploration of darker subjects. So please take care of yourself and be aware. Safety tools are used here at the table, and XCAR can be deployed at any time. And with that, let's begin. Cloudburst. Tell me, do you know much about opalite serpents?
I do not.
Well, when words of power made gods out here in the waste, their voices were too vast, too terrible. And when they thundered in response, it shattered skies, split sea, tore earth. They wanted to be heard. And a slithering serpent, cunning and unseemly, offered its tongue, and gods poured themselves into them. And thus, opalite serpents here in the barren wastes prize for one thing, and one thing only: venom that touches gods. you see in liquid drip a barren waste that floods with a vast ocean and then re-dries back into salt, a cycle that repeats itself over and over and over again, until the salt is made thick and the crust can crack deep. Can you hear it? The whispers on the wind that carries that salt amongst the sand all the way as far as south can go. They're speaking to you. They're asking you to follow it. And as you hear the wind beckon you further and further south, we have to be reminded that snakes bite. That is inevitable. Let's introduce our cast for today. My name is Eli. I am your oracle.
And I play Sir Rose.
Hi, I'm Caleb James Miller, and I play Cecil Odera.
Hey gang, I'm Sergio, and I'm playing Ashwyn.
Hey, I'm Zach, and I'm pretty sure I'm still playing Cloudburst.
Before we go any further, we should take time to recall moments that happened in the past. Ashwyn, let us know what you took of last session.
My dear Gwyneth, tonight, as I write by the light of Constance and Ezra, I like to imagine you looking up at the same sky, far away in Heart's domain, thinking of me too. Ravens came for us a night ago. First, just in the dark, coming close to the campfire, then clawing through Cloudburst's tent, leaving behind a strip of snakeskin. Cecil called it a sign, a duality. I should have seen it as clearly as the Taleweaver, but I was distracted, thinking of how you'd laugh at us, chasing omens like children chasing shadows. The next day, the road stretched long across the wastes, and we met Cloudburst's old contact, a scavenger called Ep. I must admit, I pitied the man, all wide-eyed and practically feral, alone in the desert. It's clear that I've become pampered in the halls of myth, disconnected from the day-to-day reality of most common people. Cloudburst was able to extract from him information. He spoke of a band of jackals prowling Sonder, and of a red-haired woman with green eyes who now moves in its halls. Her presence raised our alarms and lingers in our veins like snake venom. By dusk, we reached Sonder, a small border town of no consequence between myth and the salt sea. We found rooms at the Black Cat Inn and prepared ourselves for what lay ahead. After learning that these jackals fancied a saloon called the Desert Pearl, I convinced the party to go and instigate a fight with them. We played a round of cards and learned a few things, including the name of a person named the Thronebreaker, a person who is against the Crown of Myth. I should have followed Cecil and Cloudburst's lead, but when I saw their smug, ugly faces, those dirty with sin that they committed against the people of this place. My vision turned red. I kept harassing one of them, a lieutenant, I think. I was half joking at first, but when he gave me the slightest provocation, I didn't hesitate. Gwyneth, I burned him. I set him alight without hesitation. In the moment, I told myself it was justice, that I was cleansing the waste of one more predator. But now, in the sobering light of our moons, I can see I did no great deed. Sister, I killed a man. My first. And I am so ashamed. His smell clings to me even now. I try to push his face out of my mind, but every time I close my eyes, it returns. Shortly after, that's when the sheriff came. He stormed into the saloon, feigning outrage at the ruckus. But he did nothing. He scolded me, puffed his chest, but his eyes slid away from the jackals. It became clear to all of us tonight that justice in Sonder isn't measured in law or steel, but in coin. Free of my outbursts, Cloudburst and Cecil were finally able to do their jobs, and they snuck in after the remaining jackals, where they found a correspondence between them and someone named Anastasia, who gave them clearance to reside here in Sonder. It has to be that red-headed woman. I can almost hear your words now, your soft, disappointed voice. Ashwyn, you swore you'd be better than the ones who took from us. I admit I broke that vow to you tonight. The worst part, though, I know I'll be forced to make the same mistake again. Because I've come to know this world, and there's no way to win against it without breaking that promise. Pray for me, Gwyneth, and that one day soon I will be able to visit you at Willow Hall. Your brother, Ashwyn.
Cloudburst. Opalite venom moves warmly through the body, and it starts at the hand, and it works up the arm, and up the shoulder, and through the neck, and it's working its way to the heart. And you lie on the floor, hearing the sound of the wind and the whisper of gods. And they're telling you to move south. But in a moment where you push and you can see what lies amongst all this salt flat, you'll see what looks to be a strange metallic-looking structure, and it juts out of the salt. But in the moment as you kind of look and loom onto that, you get stretched and pulled, not south, west, past the barren waste, and you see in the distance mountains. And the mountains are at its base on fire. And something grows that fire like someone who tends a hearth in flame, and it grows and it grows and it grows. For the rest of you, you've heard the sound of panic from Cloudburst, and then the collapsing of them as they're on the floor, the tick, 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 tick sound of a serpent slithering its way, working its way to a window to leave. It stirs all of you awake. What do you do as you see Cloudburst lying on the floor, foam moving towards mouth, eyes leaking liquid?
Fire, the mountains, the fire, the flames, the mountains, the fire, the rain, the west. We have to go west. We're going to go south. We have to go west. The flames.
Cloud, what happened? Oh my God. I'm going to scramble over the beds and get to them and try and make eye contact. Is there anything noticeable on the arm that's been affected?
Yeah, you begin, if you if you cradle Cloudburst, kind of get them into some type of upright position and start looking down, you can see swelling around the hand that's darkening, and dark veins slowly moving up the arm. And you can see the puncture wounds of 2 precise bites, or fang bites.
I have this ability called Every Story Ever Sung, that when I encounter a new monster or character, I know any tales and stories told of them. Do I recognize this enough that I can employ any knowledge I have around an opalite?
I think so. Yeah, you see that serpent move through what little light from the outside cascades in. You can see that shimmer of their opalite scales as they kind of move towards the door. You recognize that opalite venom, as mentioned, one that causes hallucinatory effects, and it does slow the heart rate down once the venom reaches the heart.
Would I know of any way to combat immediately in Cecil's mind? He's scrambling for every story he's ever heard of it. There are flashes of depictions, of drawings, of poems, of songs, and it being used in romantic tales of dying lovers. But is there anything I can do in this moment to draw on that knowledge to see the best way through to help Cloudburst?
Stories will tell you that opalite snakes love to burrow in a particular kind of cacti. And from there, many roamers and soothsayers would say that the cactus that comes from where an opalite snake burrows is something that can counteract its venom.
Ashwyn is in the chair instead of a bed, and he kind of like fumbles awake at the sound of Cecil and Cloudburst, and he immediately stands up, rubbing his eyes. Cloudburst, and he runs over, and he's just kind of standing over Cecil uselessly, not knowing what to do.
Ashwyn, it's an opalite bite. It's very important that we tourniquet this as fast as we can. Do you know any first aid?
I think I do, and he drops to his knees, takes a bit of his clothing and kind of just tears off a long strand of it, and starts wrapping it around the forearm that Cecil points out where the bites are. Sir Rose, wake up, Sir Rose.
Heavy sleeper, Sir Rose, definitely. And in the kind of chaos, because of that voice, like training, I'm gonna go ahead and immediately reach out for not just my sword, but my hand automatically kind of goes like ready to go. Is that snake still in the room? I'm looking like immediate danger. That's my first instinct.
Yeah, the serpent's still making its way. It's climbed itself up the wall. It's on the windowsill. It's looking to slip itself out of the windowsill before in all this commotion. So you catch it.
Okay. I kind of without much forethought. This is pure instinct. Looking. I'm going to slice my sword towards that damn snake.
All right. Yeah, you can rush over there. Right before you're just gonna whack it.
I'm trying, ideally I go for the head. I learned from Thor. Literally go from the head and just try to, this is pure instinct. I see something move. I'm just gonna go ahead and decapitate it.
You're a reckless individual. I think that's quick thinking to go and slice the stink, kind of chop it in half. I think its head's already out the window, so you can't really cut it all, but you got it. So 2 pieces in half on either side of the window.
I don't know how long the poison has been there, but we could attempt to suck it out if it's still in the wound.
I don't want you going anywhere near this venom. If it gets into yours, it has just as much the ability to get to your heart. Opalite is legendary. It's dangerous. There's really only one thing we can do. We need to separate the arm to delay it as long as possible. Throw them on the back of a horse and ride as far south. We need. I can't remember the name. There's a plant, a cacti. We cut it free. We take the juice that comes from the middle and we apply it as a salve. I think it's the only way.
Do you at least know what it looks like?
Maybe. I swear I have a book for it. I'll have to check. But we have to move. We have maybe a few hours.
I look to Sir Rose to...
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone facing hallucinations, I think you can whisper things.
West. Cecil, west. Cecil, we have to go west.
West
first. Yes.
West first?
West first. The mountains. The mountains are all on fire. They're all on fire, and they growing stronger. And the sea can wait. The salt and the sea can wait. We have to go west.
They're seeing
That-
things,
that's-
Cecil. We have to just go where we know the cactus are.
Yeah. Listen,
Hold
Cloudburst,
on.
we'll take you west, but
Hold
we
on.
got to fix this first.
Stop. Do we at least know if there's like a doctor here first that could actually help us right now? Because we're looking for a cacti that we don't collect. What? Do we know what it is? Look.
Listen, Sir Rose, everything I know about this bite is that no doctor is going to be able to do anything that plant can't. That plant it's legend. They write too many stories about this not to be at least a lick of truth.
Cloudburst. Or I'm gonna indicate to your hand. I'm like, this is a hard choice. Are you? I'm gonna take it off.
No, we don't have time.
All right.
We need to go west.
I'm
West first.
I'm gonna take a piece of leather that I have, and I'm gonna just shove it in Cloudburst's mouth. And I'm like, clamp down. It's gonna hurt.
No,
And
no, Sir Rose, you can't cut off their arm. There has to be another alternative.
Listen, the clock is ticking. We need them on the back of a horse going south as fast as we can. We need to look for opalite nests.
So who's the fastest rider? Who has the fastest horse?
I don't.
It
has to be
I can
Sir
go.
Rose.
I can go. I can go.
Take Cloudburst, and perhaps I can go wake up the local medic. But perhaps they do have some kind of anti-venom.
Damn it! All right. Here's the thing. You're right. I'll take Cloudburst. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna take Cloudburst. Are you staying behind?
I'll stay behind and try to find a doctor.
I'll come with.
All right.
I'm gonna kind of like put Cloudburst. I'm gonna make sure tighten that. What is that called? That tourniquet a little tighter.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and like fireman carry, put Cloudburst on my arm and just honestly start running as quickly as I can to Last Hope.
Eli, is the half body of that snake, did it fall into our room or out of our room?
There's one half that's inside, its tail side. The head side fell out on the windowsill.
I'm going to grab the half that is in our room and stash it into my bags, and then I'll start going downstairs to ready Viscount to follow Sir Rose.
All right. Rose, you're
Ashwyn
moving-
is getting up, getting ready, and he's going to head outside looking for what could be any sign of a local doctor.
And Rose, you just start riding into the desert?
Now, before I leave, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab Ashwyn real close and pull him in. I'm like, I'm gonna give you something. I swear, you better protect this with everything. Do you understand me?
Yes, well, what is it?
Wordlessly, I'm not without much. I'm gonna go ahead, reach into my armor, and I'm gonna take the letter from the Queen, and I'm gonna give it to Ashwyn. I don't know how long. I need you to deliver this, and I need you to get an answer so I can bring this back. Do you understand?
Ashwyn
Please.
looks at it, looks up at Sir Rose. You have my word.
With like the greatest of reluctance, you're in. I'm gonna trust you, and I'm gonna give you Ashwyn the letter, and might be a little hard to take out of my hand at first. It's like I don't want to, and then once I see that you have it, it's like all right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start riding off as soon as I can.
Yeah. You let things go, and you put Cloudburst on Last Hope, and you ride while Cecil's working to get himself on Viscount. You're not going to wait for him, and he can track and trail you, but you're going to ride out into the desert as far as you can, and you're looking for cactuses. You're looking for where opalite snakes might nest and burrow. And you're just moving as fast as you can. Cloudburst is still sweating at this point. It's mixing in with the tears that still leak from their face. Let me ask you something, Rose. How important is it to find that cactus and to help Cloudburst so you can go home?
It is very, very important. It will be my focus.
It would be your focus. What are you willing to offer me to make that a possibility for you?
No. I will. Let me see. I'm willing to give. But
I have something in mind.
Let me hear it.
You are very far away from a truth you kept very close to your chest. I'm willing to give you what you want at expense of giving truth to another.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
You keep riding and it feels like an eternity, but maybe it is only a few minutes. But what you're looking for, Rose, is right behind you. It's a cactus here that almost in the traditional faction has these arms that kind of stretch out. It almost looks like it's praising the sky above. But if you look, you'll see a particular hole that's been burrowed into it. And if you see it off the little bit of light that comes from the night, the glint that comes from an opalite snake, and you see its burrow.
Will immediately rush toward, I'm gonna but also still hold on to Cloudburst so they don't fall off. Kind of U-haul, Puerto Rican U-turn that horse right towards that cacti, and I'm just gonna hop down from my from what Cecil was telling me something about the cactus. So I'm just gonna start carving at a big chunk of it off. Start by the time hopefully Cecil finds me, I'm already cutting that thing up.
You cut into the flesh here, and you can hear the sound of hoofs in the distance as Cecil, you're walking up to this as Rose is frantically cutting into the flesh of this. When you cut into this cactus, typically it's most cacti are watery, and it has a very translucent liquid. This liquid is milky, and as you carve this piece, you have just a bit of this flesh that just leaks this almost milky substance, and it drips into the sand at your feet. And then Cecil, you arrive here as Rose rips that out of.
So Rose, I want you to be very careful. Every drop you drop on the desert floor is another year off your life. It's an old superstition you need to be aware of.
Another thing. All right. So Rose is going to go ahead and take that fleshy cactus piece and kind of taking it part in two, because I want to put some in the mouth, but other on the actual wound itself, like a salve, try to get it in there.
Can I stop their hand before they do that?
Of course.
They're exhausted after this kind of seizure has taken them for a while. They're crying, their eyes are starting to glare over, and they look at you and say, the gods, I didn't think there's a plan. Don't let me forget about the plan, okay?
I won't let you forget the plan. And I shove that thing in their mouth, and I'm I won't let blah blah. To be continued.
Yeah. The liquid that gets kind of like shoved into your mouth here is, and you kind of chew down on the flesh of that cactus, and you just feel it. It's bitter to the taste. It slowly coats like the throat, and you ingest it. Slowly, you guys can see the bit of the stall of like the dark veins and a recession of it as it slowly starts to move away. The swelling starts to alleviate. And Cloudburst, you start to breathe a little easier than you were. And the visions start to subside, and the wind stops howling in your ears, and the whispers go away. And you see just a little bit of stars up in the sky, Rose and Cecil looking over you, and you are far from civilization as you remembered it earlier in the evening.
I feel like I have to apologize.
Are you with us?
Are you alright? First of all, are you alright? How are you feeling? I need descriptions.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Fine. I have a headache. Did we get drunk? Did I get drunk?
Oh, you did.
God.
Drunk off something. And do you remember anything of the last few minutes?
Do I?
Do
Do
you?
you Oh, we remember, but we're just trying to figure out if you remember.
The mountains and the ocean. We need to go
West.
Say
west.
something about God's plan.
The mountains are on fire and the salt.
The
Something about
sea.
Salt South getting bigger.
Yes, we do need to go west. Genuinely, we need to go west, but there's I don't know. I don't know what I remember. I'm not sure.
Cloudburst,
You know what? This is.
you said you talked to gods. Like the stories, the legends. And I think that Cecil's gonna take the like embroidered monogrammed hanky he has in his side of his vest, and he's gonna pour out more of that ambrosia from the cacti and just sort of pat down Cloudburst's face to sort of soothe through. It was terrifying the way you were speaking, but you said you spoke to the other side.
I mean, I saw some dangerous looking visions, pictures, if you want to call it that, but the brain wanted to scare me. I wanted to be scared, so I saw things that made me scared. It's probably nothing.
Right. Probably.
It's probably the venom. It's probably what,
Exactly.
What it designed
Wait.
to do.
The snake.
The opalite.
Yes.
It was the snake. It was all the snake. And it probably, you know what? Yes, the red woman, the awful red woman. It's all some sort of fucked up side effect of that stupid snake. Did we kill it?
Oh, we killed it.
Okay.
We got half of it. He pulls out the piece that he has left. We have to hope it was enough. Some of these are ordinary little bastards. Sometimes they get away.
Well, we can save that. If there's any venom to extract, we can keep it. Maybe use
Actually-
it for later.
I was
Cecil, if you-
thinking... Go ahead,
No,
Saros.
No, I want to hear your thoughts.
I was thinking, if this was sent by the red-headed woman, she had to have been a snake charmer in some life, meaning a connection between this beast and her. I was thinking when we get back to Ashwyn, maybe we'd ask him to find the true nature, see if maybe she was seeing through eyes. There's no way that this snake came unbidden into our home, not when the ravens warned us. The one that watches over this doom, the person telling this story before anyone else has a chance to, they warned us about this. We need to find out why.
Okay.
Cecil?
Yes, my love?
Are you planning on keeping that, or? I think, I think, like, maybe... Sour. I think we could skin it.
Would you like it?
I would like it if you don't mind, sir.
It
Well,
would
let's-
fetch yeah, it's pretty valuable, just looking at it.
Let's have Ashwyn take a look at it before you turn it into a mighty fine pair of boots. And then I think maybe wearing the Omen Killer snake boots might be a good look for the Sorrows.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
I'm sending a message out there.
Yeah.
Ashwyn, you went looking for help in the form of a doctor. You do find one, but when you mention opalite venom, they will say they don't have anything of that nature to tend to those kinds of wounds. And all you can hope for is when you leave that apothecary shop, that when you look in the way in which Rose and Cecil rode out into the desert, that they are going to find it. And Cloudburst is going to be okay and they'll be back by the morning, but still in your hand is that letter that Rose gave you. A letter that you've noticed for the entirety since Rose found you in the city and asked for help to ride out here to Sonder, that they have been keeping it particularly close to their vest. For a reason, and it's sealed with the it's sealed on the outside with the emblem of the crown, but you are one who knows the words of fire, and you know that fire can melt wax. And you wonder why Rose has been so secretive about a simple letter for a lord. Do you want to know?
Ashwyn leaves the apothecary and sits down on the stoop, looks up at the sky and tries to gauge what time it is.
By now, the night is late, and you can feel the rise of dawn. It's probably like 4-ish in the morning. Sun's on the way.
He'll stare at the letter, turning it over in his hand, and kind of with his thumb rub the wax seal. And when he blinks, he sees the man that he killed this night, and guilt overrides his curiosity, and he puts the letter back in his poncho. He'll get up and he'll head over to the stables where he's kept his horse, and he will attend to Roach, brushing them and trying to soothe them the way he wished that his sister could soothe him this night. And he'll wait till morning, hoping that his allies will return.
Oh, God, if we just not burned that guy. Damn it!
That's okay. It's good to have restraint when it comes to one's curiosity. Maybe this is for the best. But you will wait till the morning. And sure enough, as the dawn is on the rise, you'll hear the sounds of horses moving back in. A small dust cloud in the distance, and eventually take shape to that of Viscount and Last Hope, as your 3 companions return to the city. And Cloudburst, a little worse for wear, given the circumstances, does look okay.
Ashwyn will run over to them like a schoolboy, excited, and just kind of immediately run up to Cloudburst, grabbing them by the leg. You're okay.
I'm fine enough, all things considered. Just a little snake bite, a little reaction.
I'll look to the others, smiling.
I think we made it in time, yeah. I think we might be okay. Arm might look a little worse for wear, but who doesn't like a little raised veins, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
no, I think Cloudburst just knocked off 4 years of my life. That I'll be honest. Jeez.
I apologize for the panic, but it was spying on us in the middle of the night. I thought maybe throw it out the window, or
Wait.
well, I was trying not to throw it out the window, actually.
Spying on us.
Yeah, I was taking watch and it was slithering up the window, just looking.
Well, it seems that it's apropos that I still have the letter, and now would be as good a time as any to go speak to the leaders of Sonder.
I was thinking before we did that, on account of this thing with spying, Ashwyn, you seem so good at discerning the truth out of things. I kept a portion of it. I'm going to reach into my bag and bring out that little half. I was thinking maybe, could you see if maybe that red-headed woman said this? I can't think of any other reason an Opalat would have come this far into the town, specifically into our window, unless a snake charmer was working. Maybe if we can find out what's in her mind before we inevitably have to find out she's in that room with us, we might have an advantage.
It almost feels obvious to me now, but sure, let's do that. Let's go back to our room, though. I'll need some privacy.
Yeah, maybe we use this second room. Employ some security this time around.
You said, while you guys go up, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a walk around. I want to see if I can find its head real quick. See if that could also help.
Sir Rose?
Yes.
I'll run up to you and pull from my poncho the letter. Here you go.
You're gonna see like the biggest shoulders drop in relief when they see the letters still together, and they're gonna take it, put it back under, and then
Amanda, Sergio, does Cecil have vision on this exchange?
yeah. Probably. I'm gonna kind of actually grab you by the top of your arm real quick and just give it a gentle squeeze and be like, "Thank you. I appreciate you keeping us safe."
Ashwyn seems more energized by that recognition than normal, and then he'll scurry back to the inn.
As Ash is going up the stairs and we get some distance from Rose, I'm gonna make it so that I'm just watching, walking after the ritual and finding out about the snake. But on the stairs, I am gonna sort of tug slightly on the back of that poncho. And he said, "Listen, you don't have to tell me now, but whenever you feel ready, we should talk about what you read."
What I read? I don't know what you mean.
In the letter, Ashwyn, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. You were just doing what we had all agreed was the right thing to do, right? But you just tell me when you're ready. Don't worry about it tonight. Tonight's been a lot, huh?
I just nod and head back to the room.
Excellent. Nice.
I'll go in with the others and set the snake down. I recall that the head was sitting on the windowsill.
From where Rose was, where Rose sliced it, yeah, it's like half of the body fell into the window in the room, then technically.
I'll go and grab the head from the windowsill and kind of put them together. The seams touching.
Yeah. It would be nice to find a head of a snake if it was still there.
That's why I'm looking. That's why I'm gonna look around.
That's why I grabbed the first half. I was worried it fell out.
Well, I'll turn back.
Kept slithering.
Yeah, I'll turn back to the skin and then kind of wave my hands over the body and whisper the name of truth and have in my mind the truth of this snake's owner, the person that sent them.
You invoke the words of truth on this snake to seek who might have sent it. The first thing you are going to hear is the sound of a small bell ringing and the dripping of liquid and green color eyes that stare in the darkness. And you'll see just that head of the snake kind of rise out of water with the same colored eyes. And then that darkness kind of fades away until it's down right on the same street in which you, the place that you guys are staying is, and then a gaze that looks up at a window that matches the window right next to you.
I look up after saying the word, the true name of truth, and my eyes are white and I start reciting everything I see. Green eyes, a bell, a snake coming out of water with the same green eyes are in. And then after seeing everything I can, the eyes kind of return, the pupils and the iris, and I blink and look at Cecil and Cloudburst. I don't think it can be more obvious than that. Green eyes.
She was watching us too, seeing through the eyes of that snake.
What does she have to do with the gods?
Clearly she's some kind of sorceress, has made some allegiance with them.
It's possible the gods were just a side effect of trying to kill you. Maybe she was coming for the letter, trying to head things off at the pass.
Is it
seems like a...
Go ahead.
Well, I know we all kind of decided to be okay with this just being a small errand, but do you think maybe we should talk about why we're really out here? If a witch that may or may not be sent by the gods is trying to intercept a small letter?
God, because this is a sign of doom, and I've been trying to hold back a little bit, but this is we're starting to add up omens like it's fucking dominoes. Listen, 2 ravens do not visit us in the middle of the night to warn us of the opalite snake that bites us the next day without this being a sign that the end times are among us. We need desperately to read these for what it is. I understand Sir Rose's position. I understand where she's coming from. I have loyalty to the crown as much as anyone else. But in a time like this, we need to understand that whatever this is a dedication to the end of the world. We need to read that fucking letter. What did you learn in there, Ashwyn?
Ashwyn kind of plops down on his butt, crosses Indian style, and looks... I'm sorry, but I didn't read the letter. I felt guilty. I've caused enough trouble tonight. I just didn't think... I'm sorry, Mr. Odera, but we're just gonna have to find out the old-fashioned way. I don't think you're wrong, but I couldn't bring myself to crossing Sir Rose again.
That's okay. That's okay. Listen, if this is what we think it is, Cloudburst, Ashwyn, the signs will continue to come. And all of these things will add up to a puzzle, a cipher that will inevitably decide whether this ends or not. And whether it ends in our favor or not. Because it's coming regardless. It's over already. These moments, like snakeskin, like ravens in the night, they decide how it ends.
Do we even consider giving this letter over to, what was his name? Gaius?
I don't think we can trust him. I don't think we can trust anything until we've sussed out that room, especially if he has a snake whispering in his ear. It's possible he's not even a traitor so much as being made to betray again.
He just has to receive a letter, right? I mean, I hope I'm not the first person to scrape off a wax seal, heat up the bottom, and reattach it to something else. But if so, class may be in session.
Listen, I don't know even why this is a testament to how much I love that woman in the other room here. We can't do this unless Sir Rose agrees.
I agree with that.
I agree.
She's too important to this, and I know that she's right now on the wrong side of her honor, but we can't do it without her.
I mean, what makes someone break their vow to the queen?
Oh, God. Well, anything that would prove that this decision would go against the queen without her better knowledge. If we could prove that he is betraying the crown by taking that letter, or that she unwittingly went against herself, or even more so, that she went against country, not crown, any of those would bring Sir Rose to our side.
I mean, using logic, this letter is going to be a formality at best. The Queen is probably asking for his support, and we obviously know that he will turn it down or ignore it, but I don't know if there can be any more information in there that would be privy to us or important.
If I may, if you are begging support of someone long lost, why not just send a herald? Speak in public and make sure that your reputation is heard. This is clandestine. This is a letter meant for no one but his eyes. This is something that she does not want out. That's why Sir Rose is so quick not to share information with us. I've seen Sir Rose tell me more over a bottle of beer than this situation. She'll tell me her whole fucking life story, that woman. She may not look it, but God, you get her a hair over tipsy and she'll tell you everything about her childhood. She would have told us already, and if need be, you're not sending, by all means, one of the most decorated war veterans of all time to be the messenger. It's just too much.
Ashwyn will stand up and kind of like adjust his poncho and say, "You've convinced me, Mr. Odera. Let's speak to Sir Rose."
Okay, well, I hope you're ready for heavyweight bouts. If she threatens to wrestle any of us, we lost. Do not engage. You will not win that. She gets to a point where her arguments just devolve into her wanting to punch you, and there's no winning that.
Okay. I think we head over to the next door to the other hotel room.
I'm outside if that's what you're looking for.
during the
Remember, I'm
perimeter.
looking to see if I can find that snakehead.
Rose, yeah, you go while everybody else is, Ash going to take care of things to find truth from what Ashwyn can pull. You're taking those cursory, like, perimeter look around, trying to find the snake. You start off with towards like the back of the establishment and work your way towards the same window. You don't see anything with the exception of once you get to the window in question where your companions are above, and you kind of look out the window and you might like catch like a little bit of like Cecil walking by for a second. But you'll see like down on the ground like an impression in the earth, like something plopped very heavily, but something short. And then you see like S curves in the sand heading away.
Son of a bitch. I didn't get them. I didn't get all of it. In the tracking of it, can I see, Sir Rose is kind of looking at the tracks and trying to see where they go off, see how far I can actually follow it.
You go as far as you can. It eventually disappears, the tracks. But if you stand where the last track is found and just kind of do a nice little 360 look around, the most notable thing of your look through is eventually that big house in the back where Aster Guios is supposed to be residing over in the town.
Anything, kind of looking at that house in particular, I'm trying to see if anything stands out.
I think it's a pretty standard building. It's got this bluish like roofing on the top, white, off-white at this point, given the wear and the dust on it. It has these kind of fancy curtains that you can see at the windows, but I will see at one of the windows that you kind of look at, you see a sliver of a part, then close itself off.
Someone's an early bird. I'm gonna take that info and I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the second room, because I do know that the first room is compromised. So I'm gonna, if they're already meeting me, I'm gonna head back towards them.
All right, you walk in and the three of them are looking at you like they got something on the mind.
Yeah, I feel like the tension in this room is a little weird. It's a room you're walking into where you're sure that three people are about to talk
I just
to you.
see three eyes just immediately turn to me in a tense way, and I'm like, so, I couldn't find the head.
That's okay. You think we could talk?
Yes. But anyway, just so you know, I'm gonna explain the tracking of how far it went. So Rose ain't maybe he's trying to just like kind of explaining everything. Yeah, honestly, it's a stalling tactic. Something ain't right, and it's like, oh god, there's another thing's about to drop on me. All right.
Do you want to cop a squat, Rose?
Yeah.
Ashwyn will, twiddling his thumbs, explain what he saw when he spoke the word of truth, and what the snake explained to him, confirming what you saw. It fought, leading to Gaius' house.
Pair of green eyes.
Yes.
Were they distinguished enough that if you were to see those eyes again, you can instantly point them out?
Probably.
When we go and deliver the letter, I would like you to definitely take a look into everyone's eyes, especially around them. You indicated. And don't think I didn't notice everyone tense up when I brought up the letter for a second, so...
Yeah, Listen, Sir Rose, I think you know what we're gonna ask you, but I would just want to phrase it in this perspective here. And if you need more time, maybe we can give it just a little more time, but I think we're starting to run out. I think that what happened tonight is a sign of the doom, and I think the ravens that visited us are heralds of that doom. I think that the letter you've been given is clandestine enough to influence the state of the world on a greater scale. And I don't think what happened to us tonight is something that happens without consequence. I think we're about to walk into a room where it's possible that one or two of these people we're about to give this royal correspondence to are traitors to the crown. And if they are traitors of the crown, there are two possibilities. The queen is understanding of it and exchanging information with them, or the alternative, which I think is more likely. She has no idea she's about to give prescient information to two people who mean to destroy her. I believe that this whole situation might go against your oath unwittingly. And I want, even more so, for you to trust me as a long friend, as someone who has always steered you in the right direction, even if we are on parallel streets most of the times we meet. I love you, and I understand where you're coming from, and I know that those oaths mean anything, more than anything, in this world to you. And that to go against them is to go against who you are. But can I tell you a little bit about who I think you are? You are righteous and full of justice, and you understand the hearts of everyone, more than me, more than anyone I've ever met. You see the good in everything that you see. And I think you know that this feels wrong too. And I just want you to meet me in the middle and let me read that fucking letter.
Rose is gonna take a moment to look at you and then actually look down. But I'm gonna then look at Cloudburst. Look at your hand. What's your thoughts? I know your thoughts on the queen. I know, but
Fair. No, fair. Hypothetically
Cloudburst.
speaking,
I'm asking you from how long we've known each other.
yeah. I think it's odd that The first thing I saw before West was an ocean of salt drying and filling over and over again. And there's only one place where that happens, and that's Carcass. If it could mean anything, if any of this is important to anyone, and it seems to be, I would keep that in mind. I think it's worth pursuing. Not for the crown, but just for everybody.
Swore an oath.
And I hate this shit. I don't want to believe in it. But if it's believing in it and the world continuing after the doom.
There is no one here. I'm not saying that everyone cares about the doom. If I could just wage a magic wand, I'd make any deal to make the inevitable. No. You're gonna see Sir Rose actually kind of take off armor for a minute, take off pauldrons, even her gamson, to the point where it's only just like her white shirt and trousers. We'll get a drink and just leaves. Whatever is left behind is left behind. But Sir Rose leaves.
Oh my god. Oh, thank God. She's with us.
Ashwyn follows her walking out the door, but then goes over to the armor and finds the letter. Let's do this quick before she changes her mind.
I take out a knife and try to remove the wax seal if I'm allowed.
Wait. Is it where we can read it without the seal at all?
I suppose I could, but most of the time the truth to me is images
And visions?
and visions, not specifics.
No, you're right. Go ahead, Cloudburst.
Cloudburst is a master at this, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I start to scrape away the seal from the bottom, slow and steady, and pop it off like a cork.
Very gently, you were able to maneuver that knife until it separates from the paper, and you're able to unfold this letter. It is very short and brief, but it will say simply this: "By my seal in hand, I send you this message, entrusted to you by Honorable Errant. The matter of the relic of my husband's weighs heavily upon the fate of futures. Let this letter with a seal return be a sign of our faith in you was well put. The saint moves and gathers. Your response determines your part of what happens next. May your hand not falter in shaping what is needed, in secrecy and in faith. Sonder."
Call to action.
Call to action as I supposed.
She trusts him. What are we missing here, then?
I don't know if we are missing anything. Maybe we made a mistake forcing Sir Rose to break his honor.
No, but this Anastasia character, if she's whispering him, against the crown, then this could still be exactly what we think it is. He has a snake in his ear, right? It can't just be that this is just a fucking message.
I don't think so. It's as much as I, again, don't like it, it's the Queen choosing to send a letter. It's something that can easily be intercepted. I almost died this morning and I just popped this thing open. I think it's more than what it says. Could be a code,
relic.
could just be a...
Yes, his relic. That intrigued me. His
what
crown.
could be out here in fucking nowhere? There's nowhere near the killing fields.
No, but that's a good reason. There's a lot of people that keep stock out here. It's forgettable.
And they put the traitor in charge of it? Or did he find it? This is interesting.
Perhaps if we visit him and give the letter, we'll be able to have a better idea of what this relic might be.
I think so.
The issue here is, and something we need to make sure that Sir Rose is abreast of, we need to ensure that if this woman is in his presence, there is absolutely no way that he is A, compromised to her influence, or B, allowing of her to read that letter. There's a good chance she's here for the relic too, if he's the only one who knows where it is.
If he's been compromised, then she's surely extracted it from him already, the knowledge at least.
Right. So then we have to operate under the circumstances that we believe that he is near influence, but not there yet. And therefore, if we can get him alone, we can learn for ourselves and help him to do right by the Queen.
Ashwyn, can you do that truth thing a little bit more secret?
I am not as experienced as other mystics when it comes to being subtle, but I could try.
Okay. Thinking maybe we can make you look drunk a little bit, make you look a little off your rocker already, and then if we need to do it there, maybe we can do a little show. I don't know. We gotta know in the moment, and if we're trying to remain undetected, that little trick you got is fantastic.
Well, let me start practicing first by resealing this letter, and I'll reach out for it. I'll take it from you, and with the same thumb I was rubbing it earlier in the evening, I'll rub the back of the wax seal just enough to start getting it soft, and then I'll close it again, pressing it, making sure not to ruin the Queen's seal. There. I think we continue as scheduled.
Cool. Let's go see about them first.
Ashwyn will step out and start looking for Sir Rose, hoping they're still in the inn.
You'll find them at the bar. There's already an empty shot glass, and you're seeing Sir Rose, just another one.
Ashwyn will walk up to Sir Rose and then place the letter down by them and say, Sir Rose, I believe we're scheduled to go speak to the leader of this town today, if you would feel ready to don your armor.
When that shot glass comes back, I'm gonna actually take it and I'll slide it over to Ashwyn, and I'm like, I hope it was worth it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll just go back upstairs so I can put my armor back on. But there's a very you're gonna see a very just somber, depressed Rose.
I'm gonna try and catch Rose coming up the stairs there and just make some very firm eye contact with her. Give her a slow nod, and then if she allows it, he's gonna reach in and give her a hug, sort of fit his chin on her shoulder for however long as she'll take it. And if not, he understands.
I'm not going to move my arms right away. I'll let you hug for a second. And after probably a moment too long, that's when you'll feel like a little tap on the back.
And I think in that hold, he half whispers, he says, do you know how much hope entered this world the second that you came out of retirement? Immeasurable.
I hope I live up to those standards.
You always do.
Ashwyn watches the interaction from the bar and kind of raises the shot and takes it, and then coughs uncontrollably for a couple
Get
seconds.
just some more patting your back
Won't lie.
way too hard.
That probably will make me chuckle a little bit. Like, let me go get ready. We gotta be presentable.
Oh yeah, we must look our best for the greatest traitor we've ever met.
Well, you know what? If we handle the greatest threat that ever hit myth, we at least gotta represent myth the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That fake bravado is not really him, but is going to go ahead and just get upstairs and don the armor on. Is the letter on the bed, or did someone take it?
I handed it to you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm going to make sure that is... I won't feel like... I don't even want to look at it. Don't even want to look at the letter, and I'm just going to slide it back under and rush down.
Excellent. You hear Rose coming down the stairs. Be as ready as you'll ever be. But it's time to make our way to the house at the end of this town, one that Rose clocked earlier this morning. It has a bluish roof that matches this kind of double blue door, and you can begin to walk up the steps and enter into this very nice lobby area. It's got a second floor, which you can see this kind of rounded staircase that moves onwards. Everything is on the inside here is made of fine wood, and it's well polished and maintained. There are definitely staff members that attend to this house, but it is a very small amount of people. There's no like rushing or going. It actually feels really empty in here.
I'm going to approach like one of the staffers and be like, hello, my name is Sir Rose. I'm an emissary from Myth on behalf of our queen, and I'm here to seek audience with the person in charge.
The staff member will nod at that, especially given your station. And they will quickly leave this space and go deeper into the home and look to seek the person that you are seeking, and give them a few moments. They will mention to follow them, and they will lead you. Towards the. They'll lead you to towards the back of this home, where it looks to be like doors that would lead into a study, an office of some kind. And they'll stand off to the side, and they will go to open the door. And I'll say that's a perfect time for us to take but a break before we see how this unfolds. But we will be back very soon.
Hey! You know why I'm here. It's time to pay the tax. I don't like it any more than you do, but this is what we've both earned. So I'm going to be really quiet for a couple of seconds so you can sit in this. Don't look away. Stay with me. I don't like this any more than you do. But here we are. Okay, listen. This is the price of admission, and I don't want to hear any complaining. Let's just enjoy our time together. Good. Okay, you paid your tax, but if you were thinking, God, I wish there was a bank account in the Cayman Islands I could hide in to avoid this, there is, and we call it the Mayday Patreon. If you've ever thought, hey, I like these nerds, I wonder what it looks like behind the screen, you're going to want to join the fun at patreon.com/MaydayRP. Our Patreon is where you can support the show, get access to things like ad-free and extended episodes, watch exclusive one-on-one sessions, bloopers, GM diaries, illustration time-lapses by Zakiya, and the occasional thread in our private Discord about unhinged food crimes. It's nothing big budget or glamorous, just us hanging out with you, showing how we make the chaos that we love. If that sounds like a good time, please help us keep doing it by joining us at patreon.com/MaydayRP, where at any level you can watch one-on-one sessions of each player introducing their characters for this campaign. You can also get exclusive access to Black Project Gaming's incredible run of the God's Teeth campaign. If you're watching this ad, that's because you aren't a patron and you had to pay your tax. You can be like the rest of the cool kids and hide from your taxes. Be the 1%, baby. Join us at the top who don't even know what that fucking ad looked like and don't have to listen to me be quiet for half a second, right? Joining our Patreon today is your opportunity at patreon.com/MaydayRP. You're gonna see me again next week, and it's gonna be worse and longer, so join. Back to you, Eli.
The doors are opened for you. You've heard of Aster Guios, also known as the Two Gallows, by word. You've heard of his stories in which he aided the cannibal saint in his progression towards what would inevitably lead to the Battle of the Violet Fields, which each of you participated in some way, shape, or form, but also his secondary life, dodging the noose for a second time by aiding King Malavan just before that battle was to be had. And you would expect somebody who exuberates maybe a level of smugness, confidence, a person who knows how to play their cards at the table. But what you see when you walk in there is a man who wrings his hands nervously, sitting at his desk here. As you all walk in. Question, though. Do all of you walk in? Or do some of you linger around to maybe find curiosity in an empty home? Not all of you need to speak to Aster. There's only one letter that needs to be delivered. Just curious where everyone stands in this home.
I do think Ashwyn would be overwrought with concern for his disdain for people like who they're about to go speak with. So yeah, maybe at the last second, Ashwyn would hold back and gesture for the others to continue without him.
Anyone else stay behind?
I
With Ashwyn?
think I'm going to take a bodyguard position and sort of be a little bit behind Sir Rose, but close enough to get to Ashwyn if need be. They're also dressed completely different, like different hair, different everything.
Cecil is going to be in the room where it happens, baby.
Beautiful. Excellent. So Ashwyn, you'll kind of linger as others pass through the threshold here, and the moment you kind of take the charge here, Rose, Aster will definitely stand up immediately, put his hands down, though he kind of does that little half squish of his face, knowing that he probably got caught for the hand wringing. But he looks at you and goes, I heard that members of court were riding into Sonder. It is good to see you. And he kind of puts his hand out as a gesture of getting your name, Sir Rose.
Morning, my name is Sir Rose, and I'm here on behalf of my queen. I'm gonna reach in and I'm gonna pull out the letter and I'm gonna extend it out to her and be like, she is asking for your response, and then hands him the letter.
Okay. Aster is going to break the seal that has not been broken as far as he knows. And he's going to unfold the letter and he's going to slowly read it. Just those few little lines that many of you know is just on that page. And you watch him scroll all the way down to the final signature that is signed at the bottom. And he just stares at it for just a moment. I am going to start us to our showdown. We have spent enough time here in Sonder. We have collected some information. We have delivered our message, and we just need to know how we move forward now that this message has been delivered. The thing about a showdown here, when it requires all of us, is that we do need one person to be the one who rolls, who will suffer ultimately the cost of this showdown, and will be the one responsible for paying a cost in the end. So, which one of you?
That one is gonna be me. This is my mission. I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
I think that's fair. All right. So a showdown requires us to figure out what our threshold is, what our lowest number is, and what our highest number is that we're seeking to target. Current threat level is at a 7, given some of the events that have happened during your time here in Sonder has brought eyes your way and a bit of tension. You guys earned, you guys earned 2 showdown tokens for your successes along the way here, getting information from Ep, as well as your confrontation with the jackals, and getting those letters. So our target is 5, and our max threshold threat is 7. So with that, Rose, you're going to roll. Rose, and everyone, we do need to figure out what the cost is here. Ultimately, how Aster will react is definitely a cost here. But what else? You guys have learned a little bit about some secrets here. But how do you suffer if this doesn't go your way, Rose?
This is my idea, and if anyone else has another one, I say the jackals ambush us.
Ooh.
I like that.
That's a good one.
I definitely don't think that it matters whether he agrees to what is in the letter or not, right? He's a traitor one way or another, it kind of feels like.
True.
That doesn't feel like it should be part of the cost.
That's fair.
I was thinking that maybe the cost could be we don't learn his side in this. Like, one big question we've had through this is he a part of, is he the one betraying it? Is it Anastasia with him? Like, maybe the cost is that we don't discern what's happening here.
That's a good one.
That's a big one. That's like,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, safe exit feels like the safer cost, but determining his connection is definitely something we've all said we're really passionate about. So it depends on how much you want to bet.
Yeah.
All right. So we're looking to uncover some truths here that might be insightful for you all, for those searing questions you have on your mind. I love that. So Rose, you're going to roll me a single d6. You are going to add a +2 to that, given how much information you guys have been able to acquire here in Sonder.
We want to get at least a 5, right?
Target is, the lowest target is 5, yes.
Oracle, I have a power called And They Shall Live On. It means that if I'm there to witness a showdown that is headed by another member of the cadre, I can take their costs they offer and make it count as one more than it would traditionally. Is that something that would apply here for Rose?
You have chosen Rose as the person you kept your eye on for this quest, so I would allow you to do that. So make that +2 a 3.
Okay.
So roll me that d6.
Just one die?
Just one die. And then you'll add that modifier. What did you roll?
I rolled a 9.
Mm.
I rolled a 6 + 3. That's a 9.
Holy shit!
I'll show you the. I'm about to. I'll show you the dice count right there. That is a 6 right there.
That's awesome.
So scary.
Oh, what does that mean for the next one?
What is that? Yeah.
Now, did I pucker up a little bit before rolling? Yes, I did.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
All right, let's set the stage for this. Aster reads the message. You can see the rack of worry on his face. He kind of puts a half smile up and looks over to you, Rose, and says, well, I didn't realize I was causing Her Majesty's trouble over the matter, but I can easily enough respond.
I'm gonna lean down even to the desk. She would greatly appreciate that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd like, I'm Cecil Odera, end scribe. I could draft your message back to the Queen post-haste and deliver it on our return, if you'd like to draft a response now in the presence of us.
Yes, I can do that quickly. I don't think she needs nothing more than a confirmation and a seal of return, and you guys can be on your way.
Mm-hmm. I would advise, as a member of the court, just in your best interest, she was rather interested in your indisposed nature in the past few annals of time. She's been wondering where you've been, so maybe in your response you could speak to that nature as to not draw the ire of the crown.
I'm sure I can do that.
I would put the details in, and you'll see me like subtly, like as I like touch the armor, you see like I'm not here to play.
He goes to a drawer and opens the drawer and starts to pull out that and begins to
Cecil, you're gonna see Rose look to you and like wink, like, thank you, that was good.
Ashwyn, you decided to linger outside, and you take look of a seemingly empty home. You're on the first floor of it, but as you're kind of waiting on the outside in the hall, you hear footsteps above you, and they creak. It's the first time you've heard anything upstairs, and you've noticed as your time waiting outside, none of the staff have made their way upstairs. Almost purposefully, from what you can just insight as you're standing there.
I like to imagine Ashwyn was sitting in a chair, waiting for the others, and out of boredom has gotten up and probably, walking up to the cabinets and chairs and tables and kind of exploring the space. And when he hears the creaking from upstairs, he'll look and try to get a better vantage point of anyone walking around up there.
You can kind of move your way back towards the lobby where you can kind of get that little parallel look of like what's upstairs. The only thing you really get a catch, and you're tracing the steps that you heard from the location. You see just from where your vantage point is, just what looks to be the brushing of a dress that kind of wrapped a little bit too around the corner and then kind of like unraveled as somebody like entered into the closest room in the hallway.
Can I ask what color is the dress?
Red.
Bitch.
Finding that odd, I'll call out, pardon me, could I ask for some water?
There's a pause in the steps that you can hear, and then the turning around as somebody returns out into the hallway and takes steps towards the railings that you're looking and peering through. She is very alluring. Red hair that is done up in a very fancy updo. This very nice silken dress and these piercing green eyes that just look down at you, and you just get the sense of looking through you, and you can swear just in the back of your mind you just hear the sound of a bell ringing when she looks at you.
My stomach drops, seeing these green eyes, knowing exactly who this is, and I say, pardon me, I was assuming you were the help. You clearly aren't. My name's Ashwyn.
Ashwyn. What an interesting name. No last name? No title?
I am a mystic, and so it's not my true name. It's a name I've chosen to protect myself. Do you have a name?
They call me Anastasia.
It's a beautiful name. May I ask where you herald from?
You'll see her slowly start moving towards the staircase, and she's taking steps downward now so that she can be parallel to you. There's just a level of grace, and it almost seems like everything kind of dials into the sound of her footsteps just walking with each step down towards you. But she'll finally respond the moment she gets to the final step and moves towards you. I am from nowhere in particular. When you come from the waste, you don't attach yourself to just anywhere. You just move as the sands move, as the winds blow, as the moons traverse across the sky.
I understand. Anastasia, my cadre is speaking to Gaius. Would you do me the courtesy of keeping me company while I wait for them?
I suppose a guest in this home, I could do so.
I'll bow respectfully.
You said you were thirsty.
Yes, if you have something to drink. It's quite hot outside.
Why don't you follow me? I'll get you something to drink. And we can go somewhere quieter to chat.
I
While
look
you
at the
wait.
door, and then, the door of where I know my cadre is, and then I'll look back at her and say, thank you, and I'll follow her.
Yeah. She moves down a hallway and you follow inside that study with Guios etching. You just hear the sound of pen to paper, him feverishly trying to quickly put words to thoughts to words on this parchment. The sweat still building, the nervousness. You even see the rattle in his writing, just quickly and feverishly making sure that every detail that you're looking for from him is met on that paper.
If I may, for a man who's escaped death as many times as yourself, you've got quite a tick in your hand there, sir. Are you feeling all right this day? Listen, we came on court business, but that doesn't have to mean that we have to put the fear of gods into you.
Oh, it's unfortunately a old habit. He doesn't even look up from the paper. Have you ever faced death before, Mr. Odera?
My family's haunted by it, but I've never been quite as close as you, my friend.
Well, word to the wise, when you step onto that precipice and you don't find yourself falling over, it does leave something a little deeper than scars, and, well, your body is just not quite the same when it's already felt a resonance and a frequency. Hence the shake. Question, maybe you can answer to me, Sir Rose. While I do appreciate correspondence from Her Majesty, any word about our king, Rubain?
What about it?
I just feel an absence in his correspondence. Is he not truly in charge of the realm? Would not his dispatchment come from his words and not the regent of myth?
Are you implying that our queen is doing something against the king? Because I can promise you that is not the case. Rubain is strong for his health.
Oh, good. His health. It's more than, it's just more of just a curiosity. Usually by now, I would have expected word of, just word from His Majesty. I think any person would find comfort in knowing that his king also is aware of
and I'm
such
sure His
dispatchments.
Majesty would have been very likewise with you telling them updates and information. So,
Listen, King Malavan took many social advisors in his time. We've seen many secretaries come through. Wouldn't you, as a proud son, be honored to take your mother into your court and have her advisement? And in addition, a king can feel slighted when portions of his kingdom suddenly go silent. Perhaps he took offense.
Perhaps a touch of silence comes in a worry of who truly runs the kingdom, and that's the first time he looks up.
Wow.
And then returns back to the letter.
the fan.
Trustworthiness is much like currency. Same bets. Maybe he's worried for your absence. You could dissuade that worry with the two of us? Or maybe you have an opinion of the king that we should be brought to light on. We've been in court as much as you have. Maybe you have an understanding of this in a way that we don't.
Of course, I wouldn't dare to question the authority of those at court, especially ones who are perched ever so close. But I have come to find when you add distance to the equation that you tend to have to lean on other voices, the voices of the people, the ones who wonder where their king really is. Perhaps I just share the feelings of those who really matter.
I understand your point of view. It can be worrisome, especially with the prophecy that is swirled around this world in recent history. But I suppose that calls a question as to what would happen next.
Mm-hmm.
You've been in this game a lot longer than most of us. And say what you will about your history, there is nothing to say about your tactics, your stratagem. You've got a good eye on the field, chessboard. What would you say happens next if you were an omniscient observer? This is, of course, not within the realm of the court. Just a personal curiosity as a Taleweaver who might want to write in your name. Or just get a lay of the land.
Well, prophecy spreads like sickness, and it really comes down to what people truly believe and how it is responded to. So far, it's been responded to in silence. And maybe I can see the board. But do everybody see the board? And the chess players? And all the things that will come next? If you don't even know what tokens are still left in this game, you don't know who your adversaries are.
Wow.
Wasn't it 6 things to worry about? 6 things that might ride the end? Leaving it up to chance.
Well, you seem to know a lot more, so it seems like you got a lot to say in that letter.
I thought we were talking about prophecy, and how people feel about it.
Sorry, Cecil.
Oh, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
6 will stir, 6 will stray. He's right on that account.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, is there anything that we can do as members of the court to be of service to you and your house before we return this letter? We just want to make sure that you feel as equipped to be a part of this kingdom as possible. And we know that you feel as being on the outreaches, the farthest thrones of Rubain's understanding. Maybe you feel a little discarded. What can we do to assuage that?
A return correspondence from the king might be something reassuring. The people know that we are in our king's thoughts all the way down here in Sonder.
Yeah, perhaps I could see what the king's stratagem would be on these individuals I've seen about Sonder, the jackals. Perhaps the king could advise on what exactly is happening in the disease of this town.
That would be helpful. roamers are getting out of hand these days. Roamers are finding better paths to take, and well, no one likes when roamers band together. They enjoy them sparsed out across the
Yes.
waste.
Well,
So
a member of our cadre, Ashwyn, the Righteous Tide, he had a run-in with them in a bar just before we had this meeting there. And God, if they didn't just spill a whole lot of information about themselves right before, well, the unfortunate circumstance of their aggressive nature towards our friends. They picked out a particular figure that they seem to be working alongside, an organized crime unit within your town. I'm sure that you being who you are, of course you're aware of their presence. I was wondering, in addition to this correspondence with the king, would you want myself and Sir Rose to maybe look into this whole Jackals thing for you, find out exactly who they're working with?
Cecil, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't want you to take on unnecessary labor.
Well, you said you wanted to make sure, like, the king is aware of his people and all that. Well, guess what? I am one of the king's errant knights.
One of the most celebrated errant knights to have ever lived. The hero of the Violet Fields.
Yes. Why can't, I don't see why we can't, in not only good faith, and since you are one of the king's subjects, why can't we go ahead and protect and look after the king's interests and subjects?
Was it not, from my understanding, you already took those kind of matters into your own hands?
Well, the funny thing about a snake is if you don't lop it off at the head, you never know if it's dead, right? So we need to find whoever they're working with.
Well, I mean, I cannot stop cadre for taking up their own arms if they feel so compelled to do right.
Of course, why would you
our
want
kingdom.
to? They're causing a fuss in your town.
Of course.
Right.
Of course. Cloudburst, are you wanting to add anything to this, or just observation?
I'm creeping, and I'm going to go try to find Ashwyn, because I can see them. They're cooking, but I can't see my boy.
Okay. Then yeah, feel free to slip out. Easy enough for a spy to do, but I just wanted to check in where you were at. You are going to walk down the hallway here and realize that Ashwyn is not in the hall, nor is he in like that little foyer that you guys walked into. And you just kind of start tiptoeing through other parts of the house here. And you start moving towards like where the kitchens are, which for you, Ashwyn, is where you and Anastasia head towards. It's more of a like service like kitchen. It's meant for staff to prepare meals that go out to a dining room table, but she seems comfortable walking in here and just setting up herself, making herself at home. She grabs and finds a kettle, puts water on a fire stove, and starts heating that water.
T, it's been a while. Thank you. It
Of course.
it is quite fortunate. You mentioned coming from the wastes to have found yourself here in Sonder. How long have you been here?
I have been in Sonder for about a year now. Thinking about it.
Guios is quite kind to have taken you into his home.
Yes. He is surprisingly a generous individual, and I am grateful for his kindness. So you mentioned you are a mystic. I assume you are from the city?
Yes, I've been practicing for a few years now. Still not quite at the level of some of the leaders, but I'm aiming for that. I have my tricks. Do you possess any mystical abilities? There is something I must admit is quite supernatural about you. Perhaps it's just your eyes.
She smiles at that. She takes the kettle off. In the time that you were like talking about that, she had pulled a jar of what looks like tea and pours it into the teapot, and then now she pours the water so that it can seep, and she'll bring it over with cups. I have but small magic, nothing in the air of grandeur that one would hear come from mystics, nor was I fortunate enough to have the means to be taught. So my magic is very small, but something that my family has grown over generations.
Generational magic. That's intriguing. I find any magic is capable of creating great miracles. I've been meaning to ask, do you know of anything in the area locally, a well or a place of power that you think is interesting or worth visiting for a mystic like myself?
There are a few that come to mind. I could tell you, depending on what exactly you're seeking.
I would. I don't mean to sound out of place, but I'm seeking places that can help me become more powerful, more in control of the way this world is turning. I am eager to course correct it.
I see. Then, what you seek is not a what, but a who. There's somebody out in the desert, one who consults bones. He's known as the Pet Keeper. A road mage that travels the waste, searching for bones for his collection. Perhaps direction for you to go in search of power.
Pet keeper, a road mage. It's been a while since I've met one. I appreciate this. Thank you, Anastasia.
Of course. And she pours you a cup of tea. Sugar.
Please.
She'll go and grab this small porcelain tin and put as many sugar as you want into it.
As much as I'd like to consider myself adult, I have to admit I prefer things on the sweeter side.
Oh, wow. Then she adds just an extra bit before she slides it over to you. Well, it is a little hot. I would say that it is best drinking quickly. And she slides the cup over to you. And then she goes and picks up her cup and drinks it all the way to the bottom and puts it down.
I'll smell it. Curious to what it smells like to me.
It has a very heavy citrus scent to it. There's also earthy notes as well. Something more woodsy, like pine. But it's very pungent, along with the sweet.
It's strong.
Brewed, collected the herbs myself. Family blend.
Can I come around the corner as this moment is happening and just say, Ashwyn, I was looking for you. We're almost done with the letter if you want to come along.
Oh, Cloudburst. I've met a lovely woman here named Anastasia. Anastasia, this is a member of my cadre, Cloudburst.
Nice to meet
Tasia
you.
just turns their head, and you both make eye contact. And she smiles. Pleasure to meet you.
Anastasia, I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm being called. I'll put the glass down and stand up beside Cloudburst.
To the main room then.
Good to meet you for the first time, Cloudburst, you say as Ashwyn walks by. And
Yes.
she'll go and grab Ashwyn's teacup and drink it to its entirety and look at you.
Lasting first impression. I hope we can see each other again.
And she'll
Let's
just
go.
she'll give a very pointed nod, turns away, and yeah, you can push Ashwyn out the door, out the hallway.
As we're walking, Ashwyn just kind of gives a knowing glance to Cloudburst.
You are trouble. Yes, I know what's up. Here we go.
Hell yeah.
It's her is awesome. It's her.
Those in the office, Guios will finish writing the letter. You'll see him pull out a wax seal and some wax and starts placing his seal at the bottom as instructed in the message.
Like I said, we're before we leave, if there is something we can do before we deliver this, you are part of the King's Kingdom, and therefore you are offered the same rights as any of their citizens.
Well, it seems you have directive of where you think your hearts should be in that, if you wish to seek out the jackals and absolve that. Sonder would be ever grateful for His Majesty's assistance. And he'll go and seal the letter as well with his, again, with his wax seal on the front of it.
Cecil's going to step up and take the letter from him. And just the second that both hands are on the letter, he's going to look him straight in the eye. As someone who is quick to bullshit to another person who's quick to bullshit. But Cecil's so hungry for that truth, he keeps his eyes close on him and says, "Is there anything you want to tell us? Anything at all?"
He ponders for a moment. Not. Let me ask you, Mr. Odera. You seem content with prophecy, or at least on the path of its nature. Do you believe in dreams, though?
I believe in it all.
then my only advice to you, or anything that I can give to you, is that dreams are the only thing that will end prophecy, I am certain. And His Majesty will have his answer when I find it.
Okay.
Or maybe you might find it.
I'd have to know what I was looking for. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And he will hand the letter back to Sir Rose.
Take it and just immediately slip it under the armor. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll take my hat off again and just say, I thank you for your response and for your audience.
Of course. I am but a humble servant of this fine crown.
Aren't we all?
You know, I remember the first time you were made to say that in the presence of King Malavan. It's a hell of a way the world changes, huh?
Well, when you see everything on the board, you know how to move your piece.
I'm excited to see where you move.
Wow. Please, by all means, gather what you need here from Sonder. Whatever resources we can provide is for His Majesty's and your ensurement of a safe return.
So good you said that. We just ran out of our tab at the saloon we were staying at. Do you think we could stay in the big house for the night if we needed to? I mean, you must have rooms in this place, big as it is.
We could accommodate that, I'm sure.
We do have a member of the cadre that just, unfortunately had a severe allergic reaction to something.
Hell of a thing.
I would appreciate it if we could just have it, let them recover for a little bit.
Well, I would be, it would be inhospitable not to offer a cadre a place to rest, especially if you intend the long journey back to Sonder. So certainly I can oblige.
Lovely.
Thank you. I was gonna say, I don't want to be keeping you. I know you're probably busy running this boisterous town. If you don't mind, if you could just, we can just talk to one of your servants and get ready. And like I said, we're happy while we take a day to just take care of that little jackal problem for you.
Certainly. Well, excellent.
Thank you.
You guys are going to step out, I assume just to reconvene for a moment on how you guys press forward. You do have access to stay here in Sonder. You guys can easily start making your ride out if you guys do not want to stay here further.
Ashwyn will turn to the others and say, "Another night? What's the need of that?"
Normally, I would.
Just in case we want to look around and see just what it is he's getting up to.
I'm tapped on my resources. I don't know how much more use I can be.
Well, we don't have to take him up on it if we don't want to.
That's true.
Just wanted to make sure we had every offer on the table.
How you feel?
Dangerous to stay here, for sure. But if we're looking for something, I think we'll find it.
What did you all see?
I met her. The one with the green eyes, Anastasia.
She's here?
In the kitchen.
Well, that's even more reason to stay here tonight. We can, Cloudburst her.
Short of accusing her, I don't understand what we can gather. She's quite wily, keeping her cards close to her chest. I think we have as much information as we need.
I think if we stay, we can't focus on her. She already knows. If she's the one that sent the snake, she knows.
Yes, and she will
The best
continue
we
to
can do
focus
is-
on us.
My question is, shouldn't we just go in there and handle it real quick?
I'm not
Handle her?
opposed. Well, yeah, she tried to kill us.
I'm just gonna say, a bullet in the head just really does make everything go away.
It's the oldest medicine in the world.
In most circumstances, I would agree with you, Sir Rose, but I don't know if just killing people willy-nilly is really the best course of action.
If you're saying there's a traitor to the crown here that could threaten, bring possibly a doom, are we not obligated to? But
So, Rose,
yes,
I'm a huge fan of large-scale and unprompted violence, but this woman is in the back pocket of several people. Just from what I know about her, we don't know who she is to anybody else. We don't want to, set off a powder keg of sorts. We don't know who she's publicly loyal to. I think we
That's
should kill
true.
her. Just maybe not tonight.
then
We should find out what she knows first. But there's another thing we need to consider, something that he let slip. And, I check all corners. And I check
Yes.
for snakes, and I check everything.
Clear.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
um,
should we actually step outside the house?
Yeah, maybe
We are
we go
there.
for a mosey or something.
Yeah, like
Um, I intimate, I don't think he necessarily knows where this thing is. He said, essentially, that he would keep looking, and that maybe we'd find it before he did.
Cecil, can you tell them what he said to you about dreams?
Yeah, he said that the only thing that can beat a prophecy is a dream, and that the answer will come to us in dreams. Strange. I was trying to bait him into warning us about the red dress, or I was trying to see if he had any allegiance to her or not. Clearly he does. He protected her 4 separate times
Yes,
I
he did.
baited him for. But instead he looks me straight in the eyes and drops that. The dreams are the only thing that can stop prophecy.
I think you will also remember in the correspondence or the letter sent that a Sonder mentioned a relic, something
Yes.
that he has been working on.
If he doesn't know where that relic is, and he's searching for a dream to find it, there's something still here. I think it's gotta be close. And I think if we could find it, we could keep it out of the hands of, the redhead.
Ashwyn kind of straightens out and once again, I guess you've convinced me otherwise. This relic, we should find it.
So we stay one night and see what we can find.
But not in
We-
this house. We're close to the enemy. We need at least a little bit of distance.
Listen, I
Put
think
him on
we
the back.
made him sweat. I don't think we necessarily have to be in this house. I'm with you, Ashwyn. But I think maybe, and he gives a long look over to Cloudburst, maybe we watch what happens after the fallout of me and Sir Rose's conversation. I mean, we may have perked off a couple of times that we have an idea of what's going on here. And what do you do the second they find out you got something in your basement? You clean it out before the cops come the next day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
How can I help then in this situation?
Do you have some sort of true word for find relic?
He shakes his head.
What about dreams? Is that another?
I can take a nap.
Yeah, maybe we do a little sleep study, you and me. You know what? We'll eat a full meal before we bed down. I have some hallucinogenics that are very mild, but extremely powerful in dreams. Perhaps we could make some tea, you and Ashwyn, and go on a vision quest.
Oh, more tea. Yeah, excellent.
You ever done drugs, son?
I can't say I have, beyond accidentally ingesting something that upset my stomach.
Well,
It's not drugs.
Mm.
Maybe it's time you started.
Ease them in.
I guess we'll find our rooms then.
Actually, well, question, if you don't feel comfortable napping here, and let's be for real, our places are maybe compromised, should we just camp?
Everywhere's compromised. I think Mr. Odera has a point. We might as well be as close to the enemy as possible.
The only other place is Ep, and I love that man. I'm not eating beans for 2.5 meals.
That's fair. Well, we don't want to be rude guests.
Stop by on the way out. Yeah, stay here for a night.
All right.
You need to relax. Take it easy, Cloudburst. How's that hand?
Cloudburst holds up the hand, and it's still like a little bit dark around the veins. Like all of them are blue. It's fine.
I have to say, do we need to cut it open a little bit and let that
goo
come out?
I remember you were very quick to cut it off. That I do remember. So maybe we leave that. We just kind of put that on the back burner.
If it's any consolation, there's a few stories of Sir Rosa not even asking the question. So
that's true.
It's honestly more than she's done in the past in terms of preserving a limb.
I'm gonna be honest, life overrides limb.
I'm happy
she
to
has
be
a
present
point.
for the growth. Yeah, thank you, I guess. Let's find a way to bed down. We'll get you guys set up. Like, I don't know what you want to take a bunch of hallucinogenics, but usually it's a lot of blankets and hiding your keys.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the horses, make sure they're taken care of, and also, if you don't mind, I'm gonna keep them somewhat little bit packed up in case we need to go.
Yeah, there's no telling what happens tonight.
We'll all be on our guard, and we do what we can to learn where this relic is.
Oh, Ashwyn, we will not be on our guard. You are going to see things you have never thought to exist. I hope that you don't have any dark in your past, because you're going to meet it and shake its hand.
He looks back at the Desert Pearl Saloon and then looks back at you. All right, let's begin.
I will shepherd you through this, my son. It is quite the first step, but the 10th one's the best one.
Go to Ashwyn. Good luck. And then start just doing my tasks. Like, ugh.
I'll be around.
Yes.
There's always a runner.
The day is going to progress on as you watch the sun just kind of move across the sky until it finally eventually sets in the west, where you will be welcomed back to the house of Aster Guios and given rooms for you guys to stay at on the second floor. Once you guys get more or less settled, Rose, you can absolutely head out to go tend to the horses, make sure everything is good. Since you guys aren't even really going to do anything more than just bed down and ride in the morning, might as well get everything situated just in case.
In the meantime, I would like to just pick up some extra, any food and even bandage, just general store stuff, just restocking.
Yeah.
I'll put in an order for some healing salves and just kind of an extra supply of medical supplies.
Oracle, when they show us our rooms on the second floor, is there any room that they walk past, intimating that it's taken already? Are there so many that there could be many taken besides ours? I'm trying to suss out if we get an idea of where Anastasia stays on the second floor.
Yes. Combined with what Ashwyn saw, and again, given the very empty nature of this home, there is a hallway with many rooms up here that you can tell, but you can tell that the ones that are empty are all open, which is pretty much every room with the exception of one. You guys, it is one of the first doors on the right here, but you guys get pushed further deeper into the hallway and then are given rooms off to the left towards the end of the hall. So you at least know that, and Ashwyn can point that out when you guys pass by it, for sure.
I think that was the room that she was coming into when I spoke to her, and she emerged from it.
They're being brazen about it, don't you think?
Very.
Sounds like she's the one in charge here secretly.
Yeah.
She tends to be.
Well, she didn't play any spells on you, did she, Ashwyn? You're not in love with her?
Though I am a redhead, I don't find myself necessarily attracted to every single one I come across, but her eyes were quite mesmerizing, I will admit that.
Snake charmer. You're just a little cobra, aren't you, Ashwyn?
Speaking of cobras, as that happens, that snake coming, I'm gonna skin that snake. I'm like, I will skin that.
Yeah, beautiful. You can absolutely do that. Ashwyn and Cecil, you guys can collect up. Cecil, you can start brewing that tea. I think you guys have it's a double bed like room situation, so you both can be sharing the same room together. Here, as you start pouring.
It's a very elaborate tea set with another sort of like portion of myth denoted in blue twill porcelain around the side of the kettle. And he just sort of goes through the process, and he brings out this careful tin inside with baggies, and he takes out these mushrooms, and they call them spirits. It's supposed to take us through the veil. I don't know if any of that is true, but God, you're going to feel like it is. And he begins cutting up and preparing some mushroom tea for the two of them. Now, I'm essentially going to give you a microdose because it's your first time through, but even a micro feels like a macro with these sort of things. So take it slow. Don't drink the whole thing. Sip until you feel.
Ashwyn puts his hand on Cecil's hand that is holding the mushrooms, and he'll say, "The fate of the world is at stake. I don't need a microdose. Give me the full dose."
Okay, I'm gonna... Cloudburst immediately starts putting the things that they were going to take with them to snoop down. They're staying here as long as possible.
Ashwyn will take off his poncho and kind of roll up his sleeves.
Ashwyn, the righteous tide, they will remember you for your bravery. And he essentially just dumps the entire bag into the tea, cut up and diced in, and cooks it off.
Well,
Farewell. Enjoy your trip.
well.
It's going to become an after-school special. Ashwyn leaning out a window.
You're gonna be Princess Jasmine in a minute. You're gonna be in a whole new world, baby.
Yeah, our next Doom showdown is whether we fall out a window.
This is appropriate for early 20s.
Yeah.
For Ashwyn.
For Ashwyn,
Yeah, it's a rite of passage. Come on. An older, strange, rich man doses me with fucking mushrooms in the top floor of a city hall.
Am I being groomed?
Rough. This tea is brewed to its to where Cecil, it needs to be steeped at, and it's this very dark brownish liquid that you just pour in. It smells much different than the tea that Anastasia handed you. It's
Do you
just
have any
that
sugar?
Oh, don't put sugar in this. It just makes it smell worse. Listen, when you sip it, just think of home.
just think of home.
I will.
You got someone important in your life? Someone that every time you think of, they bring joy. I think of my sainted mother. You got someone in mind?
Yes, I have someone in mind.
Think of the best conversation you've ever had with them. If you haven't had it, have it now. And just see their face when you take their first sip. Close your eyes. It's the easiest way to ensure the trip goes well. Don't think of your dad. Almost always goes bad.
I'll reach out for the cup.
All right. Yeah, you guys will take sips until you feel it. Until you feel it.
Oh no!
Hey. Oh.
Well, love that. Cecil, just as advantageous, or are you gonna take it nice.
No, I'm gonna
slow
sip it like a I'm
responsible
shepherding
adult.
him, so I'm gonna make sure that he's okay. It's also gonna be hard to get him to sleep, so I do think like some chamomile has been added to this tea, and any additives I had to make us sleep well. We're dosing mushrooms with Benadryl here.
Give it time to let the feeling sink in. It starts on like the ends of your vision, this kind of almost slow rippling, and then at first like a sensation of lightheartedness, a relaxation, an easement. You don't even realize that you're like taking that deep exhale that just sinks the shoulders, and just
Ashwyn finds himself giggling uncontrollably.
the little smirks and giggles kind of start you, and you just maybe elevate just a little bit, but eventually you're gonna feel it like reach like its highest height, and then you're gonna feel the sink. And when you feel the sink as everything just drops, you don't even realize that things have kind of faded away.
You feel that right there, Ashwyn? That's myth. You're in it now, baby.
I close
World's
my eyes
talking.
and I feel like I'm in a different place.
You are, baby. You're in the real place.
When you find yourself in this real place, as Cecil puts it, it is in a way just a just like a familiar look around, and you can see like myth, but it's all in these like vibrant colors. You've never seen her in this kind of light. It's almost as you can feel the magic of song and word just kind of give this vibrancy, and you feel that peace. But then in the back of your mind, Ashwyn, you hear again that ringing of a bell. And there's almost this moment where you're standing just right outside of this vibrant myth. You're just kind of pulled all the way back through the extension of the barren waste until you realize that you're standing in the same room that you are now with Cecil and a nervous Cloudburst watching kind of over you. You're looking at yourselves, laughing and giggling, and you can see that your eyes are like slowly on the path of just rolling back to just let vision take hold, and then you feel the ringing of that bell, and it just continues. Like you just kind of just constantly shift and move through space, like a piece on the board that's just being placed to new parts, and you keep hopping around, and it's almost like just being dragged, but eventually it brings you downwards into what you can feel is a basement. And you can hear the lingering words of Cecil earlier saying, well, if somebody's on the rush, if in trouble, they're gonna clear out the basement. You can hear those words, and it seems to be taking you, and you're now standing in what looks to be a room set in the way that many mystics will for their own work. You'll see alchemical bottles and instruments and flame bubbling solutions, what looks to be notes scattered everywhere, the written of arcane symbols and words and research. While you're sitting in this space though, Ashwyn, Cloudburst, you're trying to man this situation here, making sure that your members are safe as they sift through dreams, but behind you outside you hear footsteps, and if you were to peek outside to look, you will see Anastasia leaving her room and moving very quickly down the stairs.
Ooh. Hey, y'all all right for a little bit for the evening?
You got this glow about you, Cloudburst. You know that?
Thank you very much, Cecil.
It's just something in your skin. I've never understood how you keep it so smooth. I mean, you can't be that much older than me, right? No, maybe you are. I don't know.
I don't think you want me to really answer that.
Maybe I do. Maybe I like it. I'm okay with
Promise.
the kid.
What? Okay. Thank you. Be safe and let me know if you need anything.
Down. I see down.
Okay,
There's something
that's
down
close. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, go get her. I'll decipher. Cecil's gonna get out his vellum and charcoal, and he's starting to feel it too, but to a lesser extent than the person who just drained the mug. And he's gonna start trying desperately to write down what Ashwyn is giving. It's definitely not coming out to an exact translation, and some of it turns into him like drawing what is being passed on, but I'm like transcribing the visions as Ashwyn paints me the picture.
As soon as that scribbling starts, Cloudburst starts to back out of the window and move towards where Anastasia's going.
You follow Anastasia. It'll take time to kind of get back on the trail, given that you had to safety check those in the room. But you'll catch her eventually, and you can easily keep a safe pace as you just follow her. But she just moves down hallway and looking towards descending down some stairs that would probably lead to a basement. If you take those slow steps down, there is another hallway at the base of where this basement goes, and you will see her enter into the room at the end of the hall. And the room, the door is left ajar.
Oh, I'm going towards it. Gonna peek in a little bit.
You are going to peek in, and you are going to see a room that you would observe as a room for a mystic, one that has drawings, arcane symbols spread across a wall. You'll see alchemical solutions, but the most notable thing about it is the color of the liquid inside those containers, because you are familiar with the color of opalite venom firsthand. And it seems like there are in the process of some alchemical solution coming from opalite venom. And Anastasia is moving quickly through the room and collecting materials that are on the tables here. And you see her pick up this very thick journal-like book.
Can I... Okay. Can I use my ability part of the plan where I can have a flashback of sorts? Using a relevant reputation. And I think it's going to be nosy. And I want to flash back to setting up a... like something to spill, like when they all left the kitchen, maybe setting up all of the plates to eventually like fall out and cause a very loud commotion on the opposite side of the house or near this basement room. I want to find a way to get her out of there in some sort of emergency.
Yeah, no, I like that. You can definitely set yourself up for that. Probably even before tea was ever sipped, you just kind of set something up in case it was always a part of the plan, even with things changing. And you can step off to the side, because when the sound of all those crashing happens, Anastasia will leave immediately. She's holding that thick leather book, though, with her, and she will take that with her and head upstairs to see what all that commotion is. And you can walk inside. Ashwyn and Cecil, While intensity is where you sit at in these visions, Ashwyn, given the amount of what you took, Cecil, you finally find the neuropaths that connect you guys in this collective vision. You move into this space that you're in, and then you hear that dripping in the same way you heard that dripping when you looked for words of truth, and the dripping is coming from the alchemical solution there, and you can see the color of that, what looks like the opalite venom. You watch it move through those beakers and tubes, and then it distills out into a small little vial of just pure, clear liquid. And as you hear the drips, you hear words at the same time. The snake looked to the sky, and it gave gods its tongue. Drip, drip, drip. The gods poured words into the snake and gave it venom that could talk to gods. Drip, drip, drip. But the venom can reach more than gods, and it drips again for a third time. The venom can reach dreams. Drip, drip, dreams that can change prophecy. Drip, drip, drip.
Ashwyn looks to Cecil in this shared vision, unsure of what to make of what we're hearing.
What could that mean?
They're
The
using
venom is in our dreams. Yeah, but on who?
on themselves in order to find this relic?
That's possible.
And then they would have found it by now.
Well, the prophecy worries for the king. A lot believe that Rubane's the reason why it's happening. What if they're trying to kill the king with this venom?
That would be a good use for it from their point of view.
Oracle, can I think back to when Gaius was writing the letter? Do I have any remembrance of the sort of ink he was using and whether it relates to the alchemical solution I just saw in that vision?
You ponder upon the ink that Gaius was using. The ink was standard to your eyes. Okay. Then again, this correspondence is not for the king.
Right, it's for the queen. There has to be a reason. There has to be a target and a specific dream. But then, why give it to Cloudburst? And Cloudburst spoke about the West. The burning mountains and the sea turned salt to ocean and ocean to salt. What could that mean? I think maybe Cloudburst is right. Maybe we have to go west.
I feel quite useless. I can't make heads or tails of any of this.
That's okay.
Cloudburst. Anastasia left the room and hastily went up to the kitchen for all the commotion, and you can hear above you what also sounds like the movement of most likely staff who are also responding to such a loud clattering. But that gives you a window to walk inside here. What are we doing?
I want to immediately, if I can grab one without it looking noticeable that one is missing, I want to grab one of the opalite venom containers.
I think either way, no matter what you do, if you take any of that, it will be noted and missed.
Then I will take as many mental pictures as I can of what I'm seeing. I'm going to try to open drawers to see if there's any other like letters or receipts or evidence pointing to names that I can find in here.
Ashwyn turns to Cecil. Could the relic be this venom? Could that be what the queen wants?
If it was, they're keeping it from her directly. But opalite, they've existed for a long time. The queen would know about them. I think the relic is something deeper. Maybe in the west, in what Cloudburst saw in those mountains. I'm also drawn back to the prophecy. Doom walks slow, doom walks wide, none know which, but all must ride. In 3 years' turn, the first shall fall. The clock begins, the bells won't call.
Yes.
And we've been hearing bells in that vision. We've been hearing bells around Anastasia, and it goes down, right? It speaks to the burning. As long as I burn, the path is drawn. Silence waits when prophets are gone. Burning in the mountains to the west.
The place I seek, the place of mystic questions and answers, it's there in the mountains. It's where I want to go.
I mean, we misunderstood the ravens. Or maybe we saw the ravens, right? And then the snake skin called the snake, and I can't help but think that this is pointing us in the right direction again. And maybe we move west. But
we have to warn the
this
queen.
woman here.
We can't just disappear and not warn them of what's going on here.
So we go back to the kingdom. We speak to the queen. We hope that the first domino doesn't fall, and then we move west. Because I worry whatever they're working on here is speaking back to prophecy. The clock begins. In 3 years' time, the first shall fall.
Cecil, I'm so high.
Cloudburst. You start looking around, ruffling through papers, trying to find some information or information that you can collect as quickly as possible. In the general cursory glance of what you're seeing in terms of what is being hung up and kind of strung around this workstation in the back, you're not a mystic, though you do have the capacity to pull from the magics of this world. What you can decipher from it is that in conjunction with opalite venom, you see what looks to be schematics for some type of relic that utilizes opalite venom, but from the just the surface notes that you're able to scan, it has not been successful. There's something notable in all the notes as well. A constant notation to an idea that dreams can change prophecy all around.
Okay.
And this has something to do, or what they think it has to do, is with this opalite venom.
Okay. Then, feeling that, like, that was not a very long distraction, I can, like, start to get nervous that they're coming back. I put all of that back, set it back to where I was, and start to get the fuck out of the room and go back to the shroom folks.
We figured it out.
Did you?
Yeah, it's pretty much set.
Okay.
We gotta go west, burn the mountains you found in your head.
Uh-huh.
Simply because the dreams change prophecy, you understand? So What we have seen in Ashwyn's mind, Ashwyn is very high. I am right of mind.
I see that.
What we have seen in Ashwyn's mind is that there is something down that is venomous. Oh!
In the basement.
So you know.
Like venom in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? We learned something else.
I learned
Anything
that
about a relic?
I'm you and you're me, Cloudburst.
Yeah.
We're all
yeah.
myth.
As we're talking, Cloudburst is just gonna embrace Ashwyn and just sort of pat his back and just be like, exactly. And
God,
the
I know
relic,
we learned something else.
the relic, perhaps the relic is made to convert the venom into something. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, well, okay. That makes so much sense, because I was wondering how the venom isn't just a way that we kill someone.
Yeah.
Maybe the relic distills it to a perfect version, and so you only hear the voices of the gods when you drink it.
And maybe they're stockpiling it in the basement.
So that when they get the relic,
been hugged by Cloudburst and is now like quietly sobbing on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's thinking about home, I think.
Yeah.
And that
I'm
little
thinking about that guy I killed yesterday. I shouldn't have done
ooh,
that.
Okay, don't think about that. Listen, you did the right thing. It's okay. He was a bad guy.
Rose, you're outside tending to horses, loading packs onto the back of them. You've, I imagine, put the horses just a bit of distance, not directly in front of the main house. So you have the luxury of seeing a wider vantage point as you keep looking back at the door, wondering maybe a quick exit is in your future. But the night presses on.
I will whisper into Last Hope's ear, be like, hey, girl, I'm sorry. I need you to keep an eye out here and just let me know if something goes south, because I got a bad feeling.
And it's always good to rely on Last Hope in that regard, especially when their ears fold forward and they raise their head just a bit. And what you see is individuals, like in the shadows, moving behind the house. Moving quickly with intention and with purpose. And we'll figure out what that might be like next week or next time.
Yeah.
Wow. Great session.
Yeah, awesome, guys. We just got to find that fucking relic. But you know what? We can beat up Anastasia now. We don't have to kill her, but we can beat her up now. We know she's bad.
I mean, if there was ever a justification for burning this place down, that's for sure. These people deserve it.
Light her up.
So
Light her up.
I mean, you're really high. If you burn the whole place down, are you in your right state of mind?
No.
The trouble is, and I've just sort of thought about this, is if they are trying to distill the venom to give them the perfect voice of the gods, that might mean that they're on our side in terms of solving the end times.
Yep.
100%.
Because they're like having like a terrorist point of view of making it happen, but they're just going against the queen in order to get like distilled. Now, the question is what they know about why that's important. Like how maybe they've got a bad dream in mind for the prophecy and they're still bad guys. But there's a possibility they're just like us and they're going to do the same thing with the distilled stuff as we would.
So many questions.
So
I know. Sorry, I had to get that out because if I didn't, I'd forget it.
No. I'm with you 100%.
Okay.
So
but we'll know more a little bit in 2 weeks' time. But until then, we will see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your
Bye,
day.
everybody.
Yes.
Bye, gang.
Bye.
Love you all.
Bye.
Subscribe to the Patreon or you'll have to hear me again.
Bye.
Thank you.